Welcome back, everyone. It's Vin. Let's talk about Doge. So what I'm going to do on this episode, I'm going to give you the tips you need to know when investing in Dogecoin and really any investment for that matter, but I'm going to be very specific to Doge. So if you're joining me in investing in this or you're thinking about doing it or you're already invested in it, I'm going to give you very specific information about what you should be doing in Doge. But even if you're not in Doge, if you're involved in another investment or another stock or cryptocurrency, a lot of this is going to be helpful to you. So let's get right into it. By the way, you need to stick with me throughout this entire list. If you don't make it to number 6 or 7, you're going to be missing out on some really specific information that you need to know. So if you click off at number 2 or 3 and you don't get that, then that's on you. So let's go ahead and start this list off with my first tip. Number 1, and this is the most important tip ever, do your research. Know what you're getting involved in. No investment is the same. There are completely different sectors, and there are different types of investments even within sectors. So if you're going to be investing in something related to technology or pharmaceuticals, maybe retail or cryptocurrency, it's going to be completely different. The reactions to what's going on in the world is going to be completely different. The volatility is going to be different. How old is the company or the investment or the cryptocurrency that you're investing in? How far along in its life is it? Is it in its infancy, its childhood, in its teenage years, in its adulthood? How stable is it? There's so many things you need to look at. Is it a healthy company? Does it have a company with tons of potential behind it, but lots of volatility behind it? You need to know what you're investing in, because when you do know what you're investing in, you'll be prepared for what goes on with that investment. Number 2, only invest what you are willing and able to lose. Never put so much money into an investment that if it, for some reason, it all disappeared, that it would leave you in a very bad situation. If that means that you can only put $20 into an investment because really you're like, I can't even afford more than $20 right now, but I can do $20. If that's you, put $20 in. If you could do 100, do 100. Some people can do 1,000, but never do more than you're willing to lose. I know for me, what I have invested right now, if all of it tomorrow went away, I certainly wouldn't be happy. It would not be fun. It would not be a good day. But my life wouldn't change. I would be able to go on and continue living my life with my family, my kids, and my wife in the same exact way. And you need to do the same thing. Number 3, come up with a reinvestment plan. Now, I'm going to get very specific to Doge here, and this is what I mean. Whenever you're going to invest in a company or a cryptocurrency or anything else, you need to come up with a decision on how much money you are willing to put into your investment account. So let's just be simple here. With Dogecoin, let's imagine that you are willing to put in $1,000. And if you lost your $1,000 tomorrow, you wouldn't be happy, but you would be fine. When you put your $1,000 into your investment account, do not invest all $1,000 into whatever you're investing in, whether it's Doge or another company. So for this case, we're going to go with Doge. My recommendation, invest half of it. Put $500 in Doge and keep $500 in your account. Why? Because you need a reinvestment plan. Because your stock or your cryptocurrency or your investment is not going to just keep going up. That's not the way it works. Especially with a cryptocurrency like Dogecoin, there's a lot of volatility there. So you should expect that it's going to go down. And you should have a number at which you're going to reinvest. So right now I'm going to get really specific to Doge when it comes to reinvestment. And if you've been following Doge, what's today? Today's May 29th. It's been struggling mightily. And it's not just Doge that's struggling. It's all cryptocurrencies are going through this. So if you've invested in Dogecoin and you're like, what's going on with Dogecoin? Why is it falling so much? It's not just Doge. It's all cryptocurrencies. They are all going through a correction phase right now, which is starting to reach its bottom. But exactly when the bottom is we don't know. But we have seen in the past with precedent, when it hits that bottom, there's always a pick back up into another place. So right now, Dogecoin, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yep, that's my scratched up phone there with my kids. It is down 0.289415, right? So we started talking about investing in Doge, and I think it was at 33 cents, and now it's almost about 29 cents. So it's about 4 cents down since when I talked to you about investing in it, and some people got in at 31 cents. I have a reinvestment plan. My reinvestment plan is when Doge hits 27 cents, I am reinvesting in it, okay? So it's down 8.67% right now. So I'm watching this carefully. This doesn't upset me. Matter of fact, I'm almost seeing an opportunity here where I'm going to be able to reinvest more into this because the future potential is going to be insane. It hasn't quite reached 27 cents yet, and I think it's going to be tough for it to actually reach it. But if it does, I'm ready to reinvest money in it. And you need to come up with a reinvestment plan too. So now you have that $500 still in your account. How much of that $500 are you going to reinvest at a certain point? For me, at 27 cents, I might reinvest a few $100. I might put maybe $300 in it. Now, what if it keeps going down? I have another reinvestment plan at 22 cents. So if it hits 22 cents, I'm not getting upset. I'm not getting like, oh no, what's happening? I know exactly what's happening. I completely expect this sort of reaction out of Dogecoin, but I'm going to reinvest at 22 cents. Maybe a few $100 more I might put in there. Depends on how frisky I feel at that moment. I don't know. Could be $500. We'll see. Then if it keeps going down and it dips under 20 cents, I know for me that 17 cents is the bottom. I don't think Dogecoin can go lower than 17 cents. There is simply too many people and too many investors, and in all honesty, too many speculators behind this coin, that if it goes that low, there's going to be people that are just going to be pumping in so much money into this coin that they simply won't allow it to fall below that point. It's nothing's impossible, right? I mean, certainly just because I say 17 cents is the bottom floor for this, that it could not go lower than that. Certainly it could. But what I have seen, because I've been investing in Doge now for a little while, actually years at this point, because I started investing when it was super low. Unfortunately, I didn't keep in enough in there to dramatically change my life. But I've seen what this thing does, and I've seen how people react to it. So I know if it gets to that 17 cents level, the reinvestment into this is just going to be absolutely insane. So I'm comfortable reinvesting as it's going down because I know what's going to happen to it. It's going to go back up. So with that long-winded response there, have a reinvestment plan. If you don't, you're going to watch your investment go down and you're not going to know what to do with it. You're going to go, it just keeps going down. I want it to go up. But if it goes down, I'm okay with it if it goes down, because that's an opportunity for me to reinvest, because I am in this, and this is, I don't want to skip ahead right now. Actually, you know what? Let's skip ahead. I'm going to skip ahead right to number 6. If you were waiting for number 6, some people probably skipped ahead in the video to try to find number 6, but now they realize, or maybe they won't realize, that number 6 is actually going to be number 4. If you're investing in Doge, you need to invest long term. This is not a get rich quick scheme, okay? This is a legitimate, now I know it started off, and some people will say it started off as a lighthearted joke currency. That may be true, but there are many things that start off as lighthearted and jokes, and they become powerhouses. Some of the greatest inventions and technologies and companies ever invented, ever created, started off as a joke, as just a idea in the wind, just something like, I just haphazardly did this. I didn't even think there was other people who were doing it better than me. I just did this, and it became a powerhouse. So just because it started off one way doesn't mean it's going to end that way. As a teacher, I can tell you, in the beginning of the year, there are some students that I have that start off, and I don't want to call students a joke per se, but they come in acting a fool. And there are many times, not all the time, there are many times when the students leave and they no longer acting like that. Something happens to them. So this is a long-term investment. How long am I going to be in Doge? Probably for a very long time. I might even say decades. But there needs to be a minimum. The minimum is 3 years. If you're investing in Doge and you're not going to stay in it for at least 3 years, then I would say get out now, because you're going to go through so many ups and downs. And you're not, I could shut Doge off right now, never look at it again, pick it up 3 years from now, and then look at it, because I know I'm keeping it that long, and I know it's going to be $6, $7, $8. Right now, is struggling. Right now, it's going through a transition. There's a correction going on in cryptocurrency, but I'm okay because I'm keeping it for 3 years and I know what that 3 years is going to be. Now, after 3 years is done, am I going to keep going with it? Most likely, yes. I'm going to continue to go with it. But obviously, you're going to look at the climate of what's going on and make some decisions that way. But invest long term. I did have another one here that kind of fit with number 3, which is to know your yearly floor and ceiling. Whatever company you're investing in, and I already touched on this with Doge, you need to know what to expect as a floor for that company or that investment. In this case, it's a cryptocurrency, a decentralized currency, not entirely a company per se. But you need to know its floor. So for me, I know its floor is 17. If it goes lower than 17, it's going to just pump right back up. It's just too much behind it. But its ceiling, I believe, for the year from this day forward, is about $3. I believe that's ambitious. I don't necessarily expect it to hit $3, but I know that it has the potential to. Even at just 30 cents right now, it has that potential. I expect next year in June for Doge to be right around 90-something cents. That's really my expectation. But I know what the floor and the ceiling is. So if I'm approaching the floor, I'm not getting worried, because I already know that 17, I already know it can do this. So you need to prepare yourself. And this is going to get me on to the next tip. Prepare for the type of investment you are getting into. You need to know the type of animal you just invested in. So let me be specific to Doge here, okay? What is Doge? Doge is a decentralized digital currency. It is new. It is a part of cryptocurrencies, which are all new. It has been described, at least this sector has been described as the internet in its infancy. So what stage is Doge in its life cycle? It's basically a child. It may even be in the toddler stages right now. If any of you have seen a toddler or a child, you know what they're like. There's times when they're going crying. There's times when they're running. There's times when they're passed out, sleeping, drooling. They're pooping, they're peeing. They're all over the place. Some of the lowest lows you may have in life may end up being in the toddler and the child phase. You know, you're just crying with the kids or something went on. But the highest of highs many times are in the toddler and the child phase. That's where Doge is right now. So when you see Doge reacting in the markets, right, just know what you're looking at. You're not looking at a stabilized adult. At least when we become adults, we're supposed to get more stabilized. Many of us do. And there are many investments out there. There are many stocks and companies out there that are in their adulthood phase. They're very stable. If you watch them, there's nothing crazy going on. And if you invest in them, you will generally, over a period of time, make a decent return, year over year, maybe 2 or 3%, something like that. And many people invest that way. And that could be a very smart investment, not an exciting investment. It's like spending time with an adult. Not always exciting, but you know what? You're probably going to be not going to have the toughest day at the end of the day, maybe. Well, sometimes. Hang out with a child for the day. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. So if you're investing in Doge, just understand that this is a ride with a very toddler-like, childlike investment at this point, okay? I'm okay with that. It's fun. It's fun to me. Of course, if you're not investing too much. If you're investing too much and it's starting to you're starting to get worried about it, then you're investing too much. That cannot be what's going on, okay? The next one. Get involved with a similar investment community online. So Dogecoin, one of the best things about Dogecoin is it has an unbelievable following. A following that it's hard to compare it to other companies or cryptocurrencies that are out there. So I would suggest one good thing you have is you have me. I'm going to be doing ongoing Doge videos. I'm sure that there's other people out there on YouTube. Also on Twitter. If you ever are worried what's going on, sometimes you can check it on Twitter. There's some good people there. There's some also jokes there. There's some jokers, Jokensteins out there, okay? But a lot of times, if you start listening to someone who's also investing in it, it can calm your nerves down a little bit. Some of you who invested in Doge, you're probably listening to me right now. And as you're listening to the confidence that I have in this investment, in this decentralized currency, you're probably like, okay, everything's okay. Vin's still in it. Vin's reinvesting in it. He's talking about a floor and a ceiling. He's talking about the potential. He's talking about the long-term investment. Okay, cool. It gets you grounded again, and you need to be able to get grounded, because if you're in it alone, what ends up happening is you end up just falling apart. You end up just selling it. You get upset and different things, and it's just never good. So be a part of a good online community. And the last tip I have for you, have fun. Have fun. I mean, investment, some people think that investing is gambling. It's really not. Gambling is all chance. Basically, you put it down on red. It's either red or black or green if it hits 0, right? And it's just a chance. It's a game of chance. You pull a lever, it's a game of chance, right? Investment is not. There is chance in it, but it's an educated decision. So I know the educated decision I'm making in Dogecoin. I believe that cryptocurrencies do have a future. I believe that inflation is a massive risk to our world right now. I believe that the United States is printing off currency way too quickly. Gold is gaining value because of the inflationary risks of currency. And I believe that online digital currency has a future. I don't think that it's going away. I don't think that we're going to see all of a sudden, 3 years from now, digital currencies no longer exist. That would be like saying 3 years from now, the internet no longer exists. It's going to exist. There's going to be changes and phases. There's going to be a ton that are going to try to get in that are never going to get in. That's why you got to be smart. I mean, Bitcoin is here to stay. Ethereum is here to stay. Is Dogecoin? I actually think it is. I think it has enough behind it at this point, but it might be the riskiest right now of the ones that are in the top that you could invest in. But you need to have fun. If you're not having fun, then get out. I would honestly say sell and get out, or maybe lower the amount that you're investing in it, because you're making an educated decision. You're researching it. You're a part of an online community. You know your floor and your ceiling. You know your reinvestment plan. You know you're in long term. And you know your potential. You know what you're getting involved in. And then if you want, diversify. So if you're like a little worried about investing in something as volatile as Doge, then put some money somewhere else. Put some money into, I don't know, Etsy or Disney or something else. I don't know, Home Depot. Put your money somewhere else so that it stabilizes. And then put your money in something that's going to have that potential. So for me, I'm putting my money in the potential. Almost towards the end of the video here, but let me just take a look at the current price of Doge, because is it time for me to reinvest? I haven't been watching it. It is down. Up here it is. This is again where May 29th. It is 28.65. So it hasn't hit the 27 cents yet, right? But look at that chart, man. Whoo, way down. Like now when you watch Doge, something that's really important is you also want to watch other ones as well. So here's Ethereum, right? Look at what Ethereum's doing, right? Another cryptocurrency. This is a much more stable cryptocurrency. It's experiencing the same exact thing that Doge is right now. So Doge is not going through its own thing. What about Bitcoin? Here's Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is down like 11%. That's way down. More than Doge is even down. What about regular Bitcoin? Where is that falling out right now? That's 6%, right? So it's doing the same thing. It's the sector. The sector is going through this, not the individual digital currency. So 27 cents is what I'm looking for. If you guys are joining me, I think 27 cents is the number. I'm going to see if it hits that. If it does, reinvesting in. If it keeps going lower tomorrow, the next day. By the way, Memorial Day weekend has been is not really a great weekend for cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies want the markets to get back open. So I would expect to see this thing go down, but then once Tuesday or Wednesday hits, the expectations go back up. So in some ways, I kind of want it to hit 27 cents so I can reinvest. If it does, in some ways, I want it to hit 22 cents. I know it sounds weird to say that I want it to hit 22 cents, but I know I'm going to be with Dogecoin for years, and I know it's not going to be 22 cents in 3 years. So once it starts going up, because I'm in it at this level and because you are too, I almost lose my opportunity to reinvest, because some people are going to start investing in it at $1 or $2. And for them, that's going to be their ground floor level. That's amazing. That's excellent. But for me, it's not. And so this is my time to invest if I can. Right now, today, I can't unless it hits 27 cents. then I'll be able to. If in tomorrow and Monday it hits 22 cents, then I can reinvest as well. If you are interested in getting Dogecoin, I have my link to my Robinhood account below. Some people, don't like Robinhood, whatever. In all honesty, I could care less. I mean, I get, people commented, Robinhood is not good, that, whatever. I've had Robinhood for years. I've never had a problem with Robinhood. My family has had Robinhood for years. Never have they had issues with Robinhood, except for the times where like they shut down the trading, those very few times when, the individuals on Reddit were pushing like AMC and what's the other one there? The game company. I didn't get involved in any GameStop, yeah, that was a little bit of an issue, but it didn't really matter to me. It didn't bother me. I have coworkers that have Robinhood, never had a problem. There are 13 million people who use Robinhood. It's a free investment tool. I mean, there's no cost to it. Some people try to convince me that there's a cost to it. How are you going to convince me that there's a cost to it when I've been using it for years and I've never incurred a cost to it? It's incredible. It's like somebody's trying to tell me that I have to pay for it when I've been using it for years and I've never had to pay for it. Robinhood makes their money on the interest of unused balances in accounts. So everyone generally has an unused balance. So right now I have an unused balance. There's money in my unused balance. That's in Robinhood's account. They're making interest on that because they're reinvesting as well. That's how they make their money, not on transaction fees. So listen, if you don't want to use Robinhood, don't use Robinhood. Use a different one. Use Webull. But stop getting so uptight about this stuff. I mean, in all honesty, it's a decent investment application and it's super simple. So if you want to get involved in joining me with this, I'm going to leave my Robinhood link below. If you want to get Robinhood, it's free. There's no cost to it. There's no transaction fees. There's no cancellation fees. It's super simple. It's super easy to use. You get a free stock. Some people up to 3 free stocks they're getting. Basically, and I'm not going to tell you it's going to be a big stock. It's going to be like a $4 or $5 or $6 stock, but it's still free. You could put $20 in it, and some people when they invest a little bit. They see how it goes. Put $20 in, and enjoy it. All right. So I'm going to stick with you guys. I'm going to continue to release videos and go through this. I'm going to be an encouragement to you. I really do think that this has a future and an amazing potential behind it. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Leave them below. I'll try to address them if I can. But other than that, I will catch you next time.